Reporting functions. In introduction, we saw that most of the verification components are inherited from UVM underscore report object, and hence they already have functions and methods to display messages. Calling functions. There are four basic reporting functions can be used with their different verbosity levels, where star can be either info, error, warning, filter. You have six levels of verbosity, with each one represented by an integer. Type definition in note that the verbosity level is only required for UVM report, UVM underscore report underscore info. Usage of UVM report failure will exit the simulation. We can also display the file name and line number of the display messages by using underscore file and underscore line, which will be useful for debug purposes. That this can be disabled from command line by defining UVM report display file line. The calling macros. UVM report macros will automatically display the file and line information without explicitly mentioning the file and line arguments. Verbosity levels. In simple terms, this control where a report UVM report underscore star statement gets displayed or not. If we have configured the verbosity setting to the UVM high, then it means that we expect every UVM report star or UVM star message with the verbosity level less than a UVM high to be printed out. If you configured it to UVM low, then only UVM low and UVM none lines will be dumped out. The fourth configuration is UVM medium. Now, the UVM printer. How to use UVM printer. In a random verification environment, where their objects are being continuously generated and operated upon by different components, debug would become easier if the contents of an object can be displayed. Let's see the old school style. Traditional, that is done by printing out values to either a log file or screen via display statement and custom print function. There was no built-in print mechanism for a class, which made testbench developers to write customized version of print functions for every class, like the display method and the snippet above. How it's done in UVM. UVM avoids the need for a customized print functions by incorporating its own UVM print class that takes care of all required configuration to print class properties. It makes sense to include print features in UVM object so that all child classes will automatically gain access to those features. Every class items derived from UVM object will have a printer instance within. So data class derived from UVM sequence item or UVM component will have access to the print function as well. The major advantage of UVM provides the UVM field macros that automate the process of writing special print method. Styles. There are three main printers in UVM and have following display format: table printer, tree printer, line printer. Uses. By default, UVM assigns table printer to handle every print function and hence is the UVM default printer. For convenience, global instances of each printer type are available for direct reference in your test benches. You can pass any of the three printer instances to the print function to make it print in that particular style. Remember that the print function receives a print object. Conditions. Calling print is only possible if you do either or with the two things. Add any member that needs to be printed with the UVM object util begin and utils end. So by applying variables to the macro, UVM automate these members to be included in common utilities defined in the UVM object class, namely print, copy, compare. Define a doPrint function for the class. If you did not use util underscore begin end macros, you should have defined a doPrint method. Remember to use functions within the UVM printer class to print. Note, you can also do both the approaches together. The do underscore print method will simply append whatever it is provided with to the macro. Next is nobs. There is an instance of a class called UVM printer nobs within every printer. This can be used to change some of the settings and parameters used by the print function. Refer class definition for uses. Example. First, we will define a few data items object. Colors is nested inside a format, which is in turn nested and the class myData to create a nested hierarchy. Note the following for the code shown above. All the members of the class colors are added to the UVM object utils begin end macro. All the class objects have to be instantiated either using new or type ID created. In class format, all members except mColor is used in the macro, while mColor is used inside the print method. Class derivatives add the mode via the print method. Simulation log. Thank you.